Hey guys, Nehemiah here, and the question for today is, if I'm free, why not continue sinning? If I am free, why not continue sinning? Now, I like people just get right into it, so this is actually a short one. What is sin? What does sin actually do? And we know this. Sin separates, well, not doesn't separate, but creates a distance between us and God. And this is a distance that we've been forever trying to shorten or close or narrow, but sin only widens it. Even though we are Christians, even though we are filled with the Holy Spirit to the brim, we are still human. We are still errant. We are not impervious to sin. And we know this better than anyone else. We've tasted sin. We've tasted what the goodness of sin, and our flesh knows this. So we cannot afford to negotiate with it. We are like survivors of a plane crash. A plane crashed and people got out and they're seeing at the plane, they're looking at the plane, it's gonna explode. But someone is running back in for a pencil. That's the kind of scenario that really is when someone is negotiating with sin. Because we are privileged survivors. By no means did we deserve to survive. But just out of the love and grace of Jesus, He decides to grant us this new life, which we do not deserve. And it's funny that Jesus thought about this and saw it to be necessary to talk to Simon about it in Luke chapter 22, when he talks about it. He calls Simon, is like, Simon, the devil is looking for you. The devil is asking for you to sift you like wheat, to sift you like nothing. And I find this funny because I'm just remembering, this is Simon who was like, who is here talking trash about Jesus, bring him here. And this is the same Simon who was chopping people's ears off, when Jesus was getting arrested. But Jesus is telling Simon, hey, the devil is looking for you to sift you like wheat. So you see that this is something that we cannot negotiate with, because the more we negotiate with sin, the more the distance between us and God gets widened. And the more that distance is wide, we start becoming numb to the things of God. And that only leads us to the sin that actually cannot be forgiven. The one sin that cannot be forgiven is blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. And that occurs when we have become fully numb to the things of God, that we don't feel anything, we don't feel any prick when we're sinning or transgressing God's commands. So that's what happens when you negotiate or start to become diplomatic with sin. But the good thing, or the good news for us, is that it's still in that Luke chapter 2 when Jesus is talking to Simon. He goes on and he tells him, even though the devil is looking for you, to sift you like wheat, I have prayed for you that your faith shall not fall. Jesus has prayed for all of us, and He is with us. The Holy Spirit is with us, that our faith will not and shall not fall. But still, in the same breath, we have to honor that. We have to honor the sacrifice of Christ, and we have to put ourselves in environments that do not give life to our flesh. It's our job and it's our duty as this privileged survivors of this plane crash I just imagined, to not go into environments that cause our flesh to flourish or just thrive in sin, as that would be committing what I like to call cosmic treason. But you guys let me know if you agree with this or if you disagree with this as well.